Mech Warriors, Mech Commanders, and that other weird part of YouTube. It is I, Project Dark Fox of Lavender Industries, and we're here for another painting video. Sakura Solo gifted me a few new units for my birthday today, the other day, so thank you again, my wonderful.
You're welcome, hot stuff. Today
is a Star League classic, the monolithic KGC-000 King Crab. Crab battle. Like before, we're painting it in my colors, the Arctic Avengers. Light blue. Let's get painting. What to say about this? So I think I talked about the clans in the previous video with the Supernova. So I was doing a little bit of reading. The Supernova was actually introduced to replace the King Crab on the clan side because they were not doing well with the AC-20 ammo, autocannon 20 ammo. So they voted a bunch of large lasers instead. Right, AC-20s. This bad boy has got 2 of them. 100 tons of fun, 2 AC-20s. Yeah, what can you not hate about this? Or what can you hate about this guy? Well, it does have some flaws. The original configuration, while it does have a massive amount of armor, we're talking like, what was it, about 18 tons of ferrofibrous armor, it only has 2 tons of ammunition. That's about 5 shots for each autocannon. And while it does have secondary weapons in the form of an LRM-15 with 1 ton of ammunition and a large laser, it doesn't expect to be in the fight for too long. Still, 2 AC-20s is nothing to scoff at. Even an Atlas is going to fear that, even though that mech was produced about 15 years later.
Atlas.
Everybody knows about the Fatless.
I'm still remembering when you were still teaching me MechWarrior online, and I was in that Centurion and backpedaling, and I was just firing on that Atlas while it was chasing after me, and I actually killed it.
I think a lot of folks have killed one by now, but still, it's always impressive.
I think
whether you're in a Kit Fox or another Atlas or in a Centurion.
I think I was more impressed because it was like I had.
It was your first kill.
Yeah, and I'm like, is it dead? Should we poke it with a stick?
Wasn't MechWarrior Online your introduction to Battletech?
It was.
And you have certainly grown to appreciate the tabletop game after that, haven't you?
Sporking straight. Honor the dragon.
Honor the dragon. Yeah, we're both a bunch of Koreans. But that's okay. We don't hate everybody.
Except maybe House Steiner.
House Steiner, their generals get drunk and they become a non-factor real quick. Now the Davians, on the other hand, they are dangerous and they do love starting wars. No, we are not getting sponsored by the coordinator in this video. I don't know what you're talking about. Though if he did see this video, I'm sure he would appreciate what we're saying. Alright, we are still working on the base coat. It is what was it, parrot blue that we found earlier?
I do not quite recall.
Because I finally found the right color. But I'm still using the Bix paint because I really don't want it to go to waste. Since I had prepared a bunch of it ahead of time.
Yeah.
Crab battle.
That stupid video. I'm not sure what was more hilarious, that or the whole there's only soup. That was so stupid.
The code geese thing. Oh my god. Code Geese abridged, I believe the source was, and that was that was a whole nother level of retardation.
I don't know. I was first introduced to that meme when went through an Undertale animation.
It seems to be the gateway for a lot of other folks. Undertale was pretty good game though, but don't really need to talk about a whole lot because I'm sure most of you have already played it. Oh no. 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 Bad Sakura. Oh crap, he's gonna get to you now.
Well, he doesn't have to be a crab about it.
Oh, of course not, because he's got 2 AC-20s. Face coat's down.
Mm-hmm. Looking good. Almost as good as you, but not quite.
We all know the king crab is pretty darn ugly, but it's as powerful as it is ugly, despite its short endurance. Alright, so we have cut to let the miniature dry. I have also been painting the tanks too, as you might see here, right out in plain view.
Uh-huh.
There's also a flash fan there, but it doesn't have a base yet, so I'm not going to bother painting that yet. It will be probably for another video, though. Sakura actually got me the scorpions as well, but the Von Luckner and the Flashman are my own purchase.
Mm-hmm.
They're new. And I do say that for a reason, because I do buy a lot of used miniatures fairly frequently as well. Save lots of money doing that.
Money, 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 muddy mother trucker.
Money, 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 indeed. Saves me a lot, and the trader makes some too. But what I was looking for was not in the used market, so I bought new. This is a very quick stage. You can already see with the darker blue, the armor panels just show right up. You can it already looks like the carapace of a crab.
Crab battle.
Crab battle. Also, this is why I use primer. See where some of the paint is stripping away? Yeah, use primer, folks. Now that our paint is dry, it is time for the dry brushing. Also, crab battle.
How many times are we going to say that?
Crab battle!
Clod.
You're calling me a clod.
I don't know, we were just watching Steven Universe.
Yeah, because these things do take some time to dry. You want us to film the whole paint drying process? No, you guys have better things to do than watch paint dry.
Yeah, while paint dries, we'd rather go watch Markiplier Wibble at sister location. And wibbles he does. Just trying to get the paint off the brush so we can dry brush, because it is the most annoying stage of this ever, but it does yield some amazing results. I don't think there's a faster way to do it, but there are some better, more artistic ways too. This is just kind of one of the best ways to get a miniature done quickly with the minimal of skill. There's still a couple parts that are not quite dry yet. Crab battle. Dang it. Dang it, PDF.
Right. So, King Crab. I did say it was a few years before the Atlas. Alexander Kerensky the, I want to say First Lord of Star League or something? No, not First Lord. General of the Star League Army. There we go. Called for a heavy mech designed, or an assault mech designed to kill anything in one salvo. Hence, the twin AC-20s. Instead of, say, maybe Gauss rifles.
Mm-hmm.
Because a pair of those is kind of a bunch of ouch.
Yeah, just don't confuse it for a railgun.
This again.
Hey, you made the joke in the first place in your comic. I just followed through.
Yeah, well, this doesn't use either. Just good old-fashioned tank cannons. Well, not quite, but the concept's the same. Meow.
I think her lighting is trying to fall.
It is. Not into the water. Just take it down. It's not holding.
You know what? Let's do this. Our lighting situation malfunctioned a little, but we're still rolling.
Our miniature light. We need our miniature mechanics to work on our little miniature problem.
Yeah.
I got nothing right now. Normally I'd be chock full of things to say or something, but that's not going to happen with this one for some reason. Perhaps in another video.
Yeah, that's okay. I mean, I think people are mostly here for the painting anyway.
Mm-hmm.
Not that they mind hearing your sweet voice and everything that you have to say about all this, but...
Yeah.
I mean, the informals are just kind of icing on the cake, I think.
Informationals?
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much. I hope you're playing music. We don't play any here. Mostly because everybody's taste is different.
That, and we don't want to get busted for copyright infringement.
Yeah, that too. That's kind of a nasty thing right there.
Yeah. Especially on YouTube.
Especially on YouTube. Alright. Took a little break. Got some water. Now, the cockpit is not very visible, so we're not going to bother with jeweling the cockpit this time. In fact, I might have a little trouble just getting the red in the lines, for that matter. Yep, already failing. Probably not going to do a whole lot of detailing like we did with the Supernova, because that one kind of demanded it. This one doesn't really need it. But the top of the carapace here has so much space here that it demands some sort of Bomber Girl-esque picture on it or something. I haven't quite figured out what I want to do on it right now, so I'm probably going to work on all the other stuff. Yep, I'm going to need my original paint color already on this.
You're so steady-handed.
No, I'm not. I'm bracing it.
I wish I was more steady-handed with this camera. I mean, I guess I'm steady-handed enough, but...
Doing what you can, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, I've got my hand braced right now against the table and using my body to kind of keep it that way too. Right,
and right now we kind of got our camera system jury-rigged.
Mm-hmm.
And our lighting system, which almost fell into a cup of water earlier. So beautiful.
Our striping, we're gonna go ahead and just do a long stripe along the side. This is particularly because of the large hull, and it makes it almost tank-like. This is typically how I actually paint my tanks. There's a long stripe along the side. It ain't the most even. It is outlining how I really do not have a steady hand. Let's do the whole back panel, why not? Yeah.
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 Yeah, see? Yeah.
Yeah. Gonna knock him over here so I can actually work on, well, his kneecap, I guess? No, that's way back there. So we're going to do the ankle joint over here with some orange. That looks good. Oops, that does not look so good. Get a look at those wrist hairs.
Wow.
And my latest on-site work injury.
Yeah. Yeah, you just got a new job, didn't you?
I did. At least between the filming of the Supernova and this King Crab, I got a job at a factory.
The spaghetti is real.
Yes, there's a lot of conveyor belts. We just took a tour of the plant.
The spaghetti is real.
Earlier today. And yes.
Yeah, because we went to the Plant's Fall Festival and they had like all kinds of cool games and great food and plant tours and stuff like that and hay rides.
Yeah, we had a good time.
Mm-hmm. It was awesome because there were so many people there and yet we didn't get an urge to kill anybody. Everybody was actually acting like they had some sense.
It's like, please act like that when you're at the Walmart, okay? It's like they were nice and behaved and they weren't trying to be stupid or greedy or whatever. They were just
Yeah, why can't people
Try to enjoy themselves.
why can't people shopping in a retail store act like that?
Yeah, they're trying to enjoy themselves at the expense of the employees. Please stop that.
Yes.
We don't like that.
No.
At all. I think I'm going to leave the claws unpainted. Well, the base color, or anyway, maybe? I don't know, I'll figure something out. I need some black paint.
Paint shot.
Buy lots of colors. Mixing paints isn't always nice, but sometimes you need that same color and over.
Yeah, especially with this base color you tend to use.
Finally glad I found it. Finally found it.
You know, I do find it interesting though. I know your favorite color is orange, but you tend to paint a lot of your miniatures in blue.
It's just because of the unit.
Okay.
I thought it was most aesthetically pleasing.
Okay.
I have thought about repainting the clan mechs that I do have, though. Yes, including the Supernova I just did. Into, I don't know, maybe Ghost Bear colors? No, they use the same exact colors. Perhaps for purposes of identification. They might be like Jade Falcon or something. But, yeah. Got all the little details done. Again, they're not as intensive as the Supernova, because, geez, there's not vents everywhere. There is that little grill of teeth over here, but it's kind of hard to reach with a brush. So I'm going to leave it alone.
Grill of teeth. That reminds me of a funny story.
Oh dear. Is it your family?
No. In fact, I actually mentioned this story to you earlier. I was actually out riding along, and I was listening to the song City Escape from Sonic Adventure 2 by Crush 40. And all of a sudden, I look up in my rear view mirror, and this Mack truck with teeth on its grill is like right on my bumper. And of course, I had to be listening to City Escape when this happened. I almost freaked out.
Now imagine this in your rear view. I have decided on what to put on the top of the King Crab. And instead of something a little intimidating, we're going with something a little more ridiculous.
Isn't that what we always do?
Yes. I have an ogre, and you know exactly which ogre, on the top of the turret of a Shrek tank. So you know exactly which ogre is on the top of the tank.
Yeah.
So, with that logic, well, it's not going to be a crab. It's going to be completely unrelated. It's going to be a Timmy.
Hi, I'm Timmy. This is my friend Timmy.
Hi, Timmy.
Hi, I'm Bob. Hi. You know, I just had a thought. What if the Timmys in Undertale were a lot smarter than they let on, and they're just kind of waiting? They're kind of lying in wait for when they can escape the underground. Let everybody else do the hard work of breaking the barrier, and then once they reach topside, they take over the world.
Oh boy.
Boy!
That's the best I can do. Now for one last step. The grass.
Oh yes, the grass. The glitter of Battletech painting.
Not just Battletech. Many war games. In general, we're talking more than just Warhammer 40k, but also historical war battle things, and especially model train sets. That was the initial intention for this, and then wargaming happened. A small amount of green because we're not going to use a lot. As my base.
I apologize for the slightly unsteady camera because I'm kind of in a strain at the moment.
Oh, if you can, set it down, lean it down.
I'm okay.
Get it as wet as you can here. And don't give it much of a chance to dry. I think I grabbed a bit much. The miniature is so large, I actually have room to use my finger to pat this down. Or at least it's so wide in the legs. But I should probably still get in between the feet there. Trim away some of the excess because it is a little excessive. I'm also going to grab my eyedropper here, which I have already filled with water, and make sure it stays in place.
Water, water everywhere, and not a drop to drink.
I think I heard that before.
You know what? I'm not sure. I've heard it used 100 times, and I'm not sure of the original source. I will have to look that up. That's going to bug me now.
Thank you, Google. And don't bother with it in the comments. We will look it up as well after the filming of this video and before this actually gets uploaded. We are resourceful folks.
Right. Not that we don't appreciate you guys trying, but...
We love you guys.
We just compliment each other well in the fact that I know words and he knows math and...
Math is hard, let's go shopping. Is that the phrase?
I don't know.
Anyway, look at our completed miniature.
Hoi!
I didn't use the full space because I thought it would look kind of obnoxious. But with an unsteady hand, that is the best I can do for a Timmy on the top of the king crab.
Hoi! I'm Tammy.
Hoi, Tammy.
Hoi!
I think we're done here.
Mm-hmm.
Later, MechWarriors.